If they take this away, what's next?
What do you say?
We say if we want to see things change, we have to speak out about it.
It was a day of principle for protesting students across the state. Students at dozens of districts walked out of classes today to voice opposition to the more than 20 LGBTQ bills in the Iowa State House.
The bills would ban teaching gender identity in school, ban same-sex marriage, and restrict which restrooms transgender students can use. Students say they're worried these bills will be harming them and their friends.
KCRG TV9's Brian Tabak was at one of those protests where students spoke out about the legislation, their education, and the threat they fear their fellow students will face. Brian?
Each protest was very different. Some walked out of school early, others held a discussion, but their messages were the same. These bills will harm students.
It's okay to not agree with somebody, however, to prevent them from living their life the way they want to. It's so messed up.
About 24 Linn-Mar students met on the football field. That's where they discussed the harm they say 30 LGBTQ plus bills would have on friends and family.
I don't think my dad has. So we're going to see.
This freshman student tells me he's told his mother he's transgender, but his father still doesn't know. He says he came out after learning what transgender is in middle school. He says books were crucial.
Reading a book that I had a character that I could identify with was awesome.
If some of these 30 bills became law, it could limit what books can be on school shelves, change how parents find out if students want to identify as a different gender, and ban gender-affirming policies.
There is some legislation that is being proposed in Iowa that would potentially ruin the lives of a whole lot of people.
Danny Callis led the Linn-Mar group. Danny says this is about letting lawmakers know they're watching.
We as students do not want any of this to happen because they talk about wanting education to be including parents and all that, but an education should be about educating the student.
While the students worry about the harm these bills could have, the group Moms for Liberty, a conservative nonprofit, says it's encouraged that the students are exercising their First Amendment rights.
Quit being hypocrites, leave the kids out of this.
However, they call these bills a win for parental rights in the state. The students say they don't like their messages, think that their messages are being heard by lawmakers. Some of the students say they're making plans for a bigger rally at the Capitol. In the studio, Brian Tabak, KCRG TV9 News.